Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my first time tag, and yeah, I'm going to list the questions down below if you want to do it or if you want to answer any of them, feel free. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. How do I feel? Okay. So, the first one is, do you still talk to your first love? Actually, yeah, I do. Tommy is technically my first love. I mean, I've had, like, boyfriends that I've been in love with, but it was just like puppy love. But my like first true love is Tommy, so obviously I still talk to him. What was your first job? In ninth grade. I was like 14 or 14. Yeah, I was 14, and I was helping out at my cousin's salon. I was a shampoo girl. I was actually just working there so I could save money for Christmas, so I could get Christmas presents. So, I mean, it was a fun job. It just don't work with family. Family and family working together does not mix. Also, if you see I'm looking down, I'm on my laptop just because the questions don't show up on my phone. Anyways, what was your first car? Technically, well, I don't have a car. I don't drive. I'm not ashamed of it. I walk everywhere I have to go, or I take a bus or a train or whatever. However, I am planning on getting my license soon, so I mean, it's not really a big deal, but whatever. Who was the first person to text you today? The first person to text me today was my friend Krista. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? Obviously Tommy. I'm always, like, he's always on my mind. And then I also think of other stuff that I gotta do, but Tommy is basically the person that I think of. Who was your first grade teacher? Her name was I think it was Miss McNulty. She wasn't married or anything, but yeah, Miss McNulty. And I can't believe I remember that. That was like so long ago. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? On my first ride to an airplane, on my first ride on an airplane, I went to Disney World with my cousin. Well, she's technically my second cousin, but she's like older than me. And her then fiance. We went to Disney World, which is in Florida. It was my first ride. Actually, you know what? I lied. My first ever airplane ride was to Tennessee. My mom and I, when I was 18 months old, we went to Tennessee. Obviously, I don't remember it, so yeah. Went to Tennessee. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? My first best friend was this girl named, my first best friend, her name's Sammy. We talk time to time. She lives in Texas because her husband's in the army, so, I mean, we don't really get to talk that much, but, I mean, we still talk here and there. Where was your first sleepover? I believe I went over to my friend Sammy's house, like, back in, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd grade or something like that. The first person you talked today, Tommy, because we obviously share a room. We're husband and wife, so he's obviously the first person that I talked to today. Whose wedding were you in the first time? Again, my second cousin, I was in her wedding. She had me, like, handing out, like, bubbles and she had me doing other stuff too, so that was the first time. What was the first thing you checked this morning? That's what I do, like, every time. The first concert you ever went to? A lot of people are probably going to be like, oh, I went to NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or this or that. My first concert, my very first concert was a Motley Crue concert. It's like a rock concert. They were very big in the 80s. They're like a hair band. Again, when I was at Tennessee, my mom took me to a concert. I was 18 months old, so obviously I don't remember it, but that was my very first concert. First broken bone. Knock on wood, I have not ever had a broken bone. I've sprained and just hurt, but never, knock on wood, not ever a broken bone. First piercing. I actually don't have an earring in it right now, but my first piercing was a hole, like the first holes in both of my ears. I was 6 years old, and it was on my birthday. that I got them. My aunt took me to get my ears pierced. So, yeah, first foreign country we've gone to. I've never been to a foreign country. I really don't think I'm going to be going ever to a foreign country just because of Tommy's afraid of flying, and which I'm trying to work him on that, and also just because of money and stuff. So I don't think I'll ever go. You remember seeing one of the Disney movies? It's been, I can't remember like that far back, but probably one of the Disney movies. When was your first detention? My first ever detention was in 9th grade, and it was a lunch detention. Like, basically during your lunch period you would sit in this room with other kids and eat your lunch in there, because I kicked a boy because he was a jerk. And yeah, trust me, I was like so upset about it, because like I was so upset about getting detention because I was a goody in school. Like, I was always afraid of getting in trouble and just everything. So yeah, it was lunch detention in 9th grade. Jerk. Who was your first roommate? My little sister. When we lived in an apartment, me and my little sister, well, she was like 1 or 2 at the time. We shared a room. Like, her bed was on one side and whatever, which I didn't mind because I love my little sister. We're close, you know, Courtney. So, and I never had a problem. I mean, she's my little sister. What are you gonna do, you know? What were the first lessons you ever took? Karate. I got up to a blue belt, and I was working on my purple, but then I just stopped. But yeah, karate lessons. Who was the first person beauty-related on YouTube you ever watched? The first person I ever watched was Julie G 713, and I was living with Tommy. I was, like, I would come to visit and stuff, and, you know, I would just mess around on the computer, and that's when I found the whole beauty YouTube community. That's when I found the whole beauty YouTube community. So I was just messing around, and I just saw one of her nail videos, because she used to do a lot of nail videos when I started watching. I think I started watching in 2008. But yeah, she did this nail tutorial, and then I just kept on watching her videos, and they were like makeup tutorials, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like something clicked in my head. I'm like, I'm going to do this. So yeah, Julie G 713 is basically the person who got me interested in doing videos and wanting to share my experiences with you. So those are all the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any other like tags, looks, etc., that you want me to do, please let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will talk to you guys later, and have a good day.